SpongeBob Movie, Sponge Out of Water. This film is directed by Paul Tibbitt and Mike Mitchell, and this movie of SpongeBob SquarePants. And if you know who SpongeBob SquarePants is, then you kind of get you'll probably get the gist of this show. And I think everyone knows who SpongeBob SquarePants is, but some younger generations probably are too young to watch it now. Even though I heard it's still on Nickelodeon, but yeah, this is more of my sort of generation type. Even though I was a little old when it came out, but yeah. SquarePants. Yeah, I watched a little bit of SpongeBob when I was younger, and SpongeBob SquarePants wasn't really my thing. I did enjoy a little bit of it, but it really wasn't my thing, and honestly, when this movie came out, I thought it would be kind of terrible. There was actually a SpongeBob movie, and it came out, I don't know, early 2000s, and I didn't really like it that much, so I didn't think anything of this movie, but I saw it, and honestly, it was really good. I like this movie. I like this movie actually better than the show and the previous movie. This movie was a lot of fun to watch. Who the fuck knew, right? This movie is about the story of this movie. It takes place in Bikini Bottom. It takes place in Bikini Bottom, which is under the sea where all these characters live. And this movie is about a Krusty Krab, where SpongeBob, Squidward, and Mr. Crab work, and they make Krabby Patties, which is the most delicious burgers under the sea. And then there's a little bug named Plankton who wants to steal the secret recipe. So eventually, when the secret recipe gets stolen, they assume Plankton did it, but SpongeBob doesn't think so, so he joins sides with Plankton, and they try to find out who stole the secret recipe. This movie, people saw in the previews that this movie is about SpongeBob and the characters going out into the human world. Honestly, that doesn't happen. Spoilers till like the third act of the movie. Most of this movie is actually a story about them trying to find who stole the secret sauce, and about SpongeBob and Plankton going on these adventures. And so yeah, pretty much they don't go to the surface until like the third act. This movie actually does start off in the real world. Antonio Banderas plays this pirate, and he's telling the story to a bunch of talking birds. Yes, that sounds weird, but weird stuff in this movie. But the best thing about this movie is its comedy. This movie is very funny, actually. It's got a lot of subtle humor, but it's got a lot of strange and kind of adult humor. Kids will love this movie, especially SpongeBob fans. They will adore this movie, but I really liked the comedy in this movie. It was pretty subtle. It had some dark humor, adult humor. Even the childish humor I found pretty funny, and yeah, this movie, sometimes people said this, it's like, some scenes are like going on an acid trip, and yeah, especially the scenes when, like, yeah, don't ask, but they travel through time, and yeah, you have to watch the movie to find that out, but yeah, they travel through time, and every time they travel, oh my god, it looks like an acid trip. The reason I did like this movie, is not just because of the comedy, but I actually enjoyed the characters. Yeah, like I said, I watched the show, and the characters were fine. I actually never found the show all that funny. And, you know, I think I was too cool for it when I was a kid, but yeah, these characters were really good. I enjoyed SpongeBob, and I enjoyed Patrick, Squidward, Plankton, Mr. Krabs. They were all really good. And the thing I like about this movie, they didn't get famous people to do the voice actors of these characters. They just got good voice actors, which really worked for this movie. And I like that. You don't always have to get famous people to do famous movies and big movies. You can just get actors that know how to do good voice acting. And the voice acting in this movie was very good. It's very strong, and the guy who did SpongeBob's voice was very good. And yeah, some scenes were really trippy, and the style of this movie is almost like a Ren and Stimpy kind of thing, which I really like, because Ren and Stimpy I loved as a kid, and the style of this movie was very kind of Ren and Stimpy-ish. Actually, the first season of SpongeBob was very Ren and Stimpy kind of feel, but yeah, then as the seasons kept going, they got more and more childish, but yeah, this movie was very good. And Antonio Banderas, I won't spoil what happens with this character, but yeah, he was very funny as the pirate. He was enjoyable. He was the only, like, really famous person in this movie, but I enjoyed Antonio Banderas. And as for the third act, when they go to the surface, yeah, it was good. I honestly like the animation. Really into the movie in the animation part. The last act was good. The last, like, 25 minutes. It was funny. There were some really, again, trippy moments, but it was good. But the first two acts were really strong, and the comedy was good, the characters were good, and oh god, some of these jokes, I'm like, wow, I can't believe they put this in a SpongeBob movie. God, I don't usually like SpongeBob that much. I was into other cartoons as a kid, but yeah, I was really into this movie. It was very comedic. very likable, good for adults, good for kids, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. Yeah, 2015 is shaped up to be a pretty good year. It's only February, and already I like 3 movies that came out this year. What I can say about last year was a good year, but the good movies started coming out, like, in, yeah, the Lego movie in February, but then March or stuff, you know, when Grand Budapest Hotel came out, but, yeah, 3 good movies so far this year. That's really good. Paddington, Kingsman, and now SpongeBob. Still can't get over it. SpongeBob, really. Yeah, this movie was good. I really liked it. The animation was good. The characters were likable. The voice acting was good. The direction was good. The writing was decent. I guess the only problems I had was maybe, yeah, like the 3rd act. I liked it, but it just wasn't as solid as the first 2 acts. And there was a couple scenes that were just, you know, they didn't need to be in the movie. But other than that, I didn't have much problem with this movie. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I'd actually probably buy this movie on Blu-ray. Yeah, it was way better than anything the show did, and it was better than the first movie. I didn't like the first movie very much, but I really had fun with this movie. Yeah, scale 1 to 10, I will give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. This was really good, really fun, and yeah, I highly recommend this movie. Yeah, go see this movie over 50 Shades. Go see Kingsman or Paddington, but if you can't see those, see this movie. This movie's great. I loved it, had fun with it. It's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it. Go see it. So, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite Nickelodeon TV show? I know a lot of people will say SpongeBob or Avatar, but if you want to give me different answers, that'd be best. But yeah, Avatar's like my favorite too. But yeah, comment below, favorite Nickelodeon show. Comment below, let me know. If you like more, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the ducks.